What's going on? Peace and blessings, ladies and gentlemen. All praises to the Most High. Today, real quick, I am going to touch on another situation that has been little talked about, has received little national attention. And if it were not for the person who sent me this information, then I, and probably nor you, would know about this case. And this is the case of 31-year-old Keandre Taylor of Baldwin, Florida. Now, this case happened in Baldwin, Florida, and it happened at the T&A Travel Centers of America. Now, once again, if you've been following this channel, we talked about Javion McGee, who met his demise by a quote-unquote hanging at the T&R truck repair in Henderson, North Carolina. Now, the similarities to this story cannot be ignored. 31-year-old Keandre Taylor was a diesel mechanic. So evidently this T&A Travel Centers of America was probably a truck stop where truckers come to get their trucks repaired. He was a diesel mechanic and had been working with the company since January of 2023. Now, mind you, if I didn't mention it, this incident happened September of 2023. It was on September the 30th. So we're talking about a year and a month or two since this happened. Now, he had been working for the company, I guess TA Travel Centers of America, for about since January. But they said that he just recently switched locations in August. And so at this particular location, his mother said that he continued to complain about the treatment at that center. He mentioned several racial things, some harassment, some discrimination, and a lot of the things. He said he did not like that job. Now, also, it has been said that he even told a coworker that if something happens to me, these are the names and the numbers of people that you should call. Now, on September the 30th, 2023, it was said that Keandre got into an argument with a coworker. And then they said Keandre was walking around asking people if they had a gun. And later that day or the following morning, they found Keandre suspended in the air in a workshed. And if you don't know what I mean by when I say suspended in the air, he was in a workshed behind the building that he worked for in T&A Travel Centers of America. Now, of course, the police, the Jacksonville police, I think Baldwin is a suburb of or close to Jacksonville. But these police immediately ruled it a what? An S word, self-inflicted. And the case was quickly closed. Now, the parents eventually drove down there and they felt that their son did not do this. The mother actually said that he had plans the very next week to come visit his 3 children. Now, mind you, remember Javion McGee? His family said he had plans, the trucker, he had plans to go to Texas to visit his sister and brother, whom he loved dearly, the very next week. So they did not think that it was possible for him to do such a thing like that. And also, the parents and people said that when his body was found, he was found with a black left eye. He had bruises on the right side of his forehead and a knot on the head by his hairline. All 3 of those descriptions, they connotate, they allude they reference, to me, in my opinion, is somebody who had been beaten. And so this is, once again, a narrative of another young black man, 31-year-old black man, working at one of these travel centers. What is it about these travel centers and this trucking industry that allegedly holds so much racism? One employee who don't want to be identified said that he had witnessed the discrimination firsthand that Keandre faced, and it bothered him so much that he filed a report against the store and what was going on. He will remain anonymous throughout all of this. Now, what that tells me is this brother, or this person, was probably a white individual, who had witnessed this and had the gall enough to speak out without his job being in jeopardy. Yet and still, what did it say? He wants to remain anonymous. And also before his death, it was said that Keandre told his mother that somebody had stolen his wallet and there was a lot of weird things going on. He felt that he was, even being targeted and even being ran off. So whatever the incident that happened on September the 30th, which caused, the argument and the eventual demise of Mr. Taylor, I think that, the person should be investigated. But yet and still, this case has been quickly closed. There's only about 2 or 3 articles, and the rest of them are TikTok videos and Facebook posts concerning the death of Keandre Taylor. But as you see, this young man was the father of 3 children. If you look at all of the pictures that you see he is happy-go-lucky. He's not, in a state of madness or any type of that nature. But this is yet another story. This happened last year, a year ago. And I know today is Thanksgiving and everybody's giving thanks, but we can't forget these continuous things that have happened recently that have gotten no national coverage. Like black men, once again, it's been proven, studies have shown that when we do unalive ourselves, it is not by the method in which they find us. And so I think it's very disingenuous for all of these these judges, these police officers, these investigators to automatically rule these deaths non-suspicious, especially this one when he was found with a black left eye, bruises on his forehead, and a knot on his hairline. That is definitely the signs of someone being beaten, as well as a lot of the other people that we've talked about. But this is a case that I did not know about until somebody sent it to me, so I wanted to touch on this briefly today. There is not a lot of information on it, but if you look up the name of Keandre Taylor, you will find the information that I just shared. But this is just another incident of something that we have to be aware of. And once again, as another pattern with this, they always get somebody who is not from there. Now, once again, I think Keandre was originally from Tennessee. That's where his mother and father had to drive down to. But yet and still, he was working in Florida as a diesel mechanic. So that is another tactic that they used. The family didn't probably get there to about 10 days later, and actually the mother didn't find out till a few days later. And the only reason she found out was from a Facebook post that somebody saw when that person called her. So this is something that should be looked into. I don't know what's going on with this particular situation now, but if anybody has any information that is relevant to this case, feel free to reach out, 919-587-7782, or you can email taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com. You guys tell me what you think in the comments. Peace and blessings. Y'all have a good night.